Hello and welcome to the Watchlist. Cytophage Technologies has an update on its Bacteriophage human trial. Here with the details is CEO and Chief Science Officer, Dr. Stephen Theriault. Nice to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Now, just to get started, what does the company do?
Well, interesting. So Cytophage is a newly publicly traded Canadian biotech company. We are located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and our focus is to develop bacteriophage solutions to deal with the world's antimicrobial resistant problems.
All right, now tell us about the Bacteriophage human trial right now in Ottawa.
Yeah. So before I get into the human trial, let me just tell you a little bit about bacteriophages. Bacteriophages are Mother Nature's natural defense against bacteria. They are viruses that only infect bacterial cells. So we, as a company, we use these bacteriophages in different methodologies. We use synthetic development as well as environmental modification to develop really concrete and effective cocktails to deal with pathogenic bacterial infections. We have a strong team of scientists and base technologies which have placed us at a unique level compared to other phage companies to deal with AMR issues or antimicrobial resistant issues. Now, when we're moving into the human patients, of course, we're very proud. We're excited that the patient's progress are moving forward. This patient, she's an inspiration to us all and how she's moved forward in the progression. What can I say about the treatment other than we are focused on carrying out more clinical trials and helping more patients to establish bacteriophages as a therapy for prosthetic joint infections, as well as other AMR issues. We are hoping again to give alternative solutions to patients other than amputation or death for that matter.
And you've released an update on the trial. What are you finding?
Well, right now, so we're in the midst of the trial. So we're finding that the patient has increased mobility, decreased pain. She's actually very excited. She said for the past 15 years, she's had pain and decreased mobility. And now this is the first time in 15 years that she's feeling like she has a step forward, or she's, I always like to say she has a pep in her step as she's moving forward. So yeah, it's a great result. And again, she's doing quite well. We still have about 3 more months of monitoring, but everything looks wonderful and progressing as we would expect.
And can you briefly just describe what the treatment is or how you do the treatment?
Yeah, so again, we create bacteriophage solutions, and the treatment for this particular patient was done through intravenous. So it would get into the prosthetic joint, and then from there, the bacteriophage will combat the bacterial infection, decreasing swelling, and then of course, increasing mobility, and of course, taking away the pain and the issue of having a bacterial infection in your body for sure.
And what other bacterial infections can we look at or can you look at?
Well, realistically, any bacterial infection that is currently in a human population, they do have resistances against antibiotics, and that's what my company deals with. We actually, again, can deal with those antimicrobial resistant infections that our antibiotics don't currently work for anymore, and we can actually solve the problem and cure the patient.
Wow. Okay. And what does this mean for the company and your next steps?
Well, again, for us in 2024, there's 3 big things that we're actually really moving forward with. Revenue generation. Again, we are massively focused on commercialization of our core products, which fall into animal health. We are currently in discussions with some of the largest poultry companies, not just in Canada, but internationally. The human health advances, again, we're determined to continue the grounding work that we're doing in human health, and then regulatory breakthroughs. Again, approvals are difficult to predict, as well as timing, again, governments, but we're focused on ensuring that regulatory understanding and support of our strategy using bacteriophages is seen within our government bodies.
Well, very important work. Thank you so much for your time. For the Watchlist, I'm Coreena Robertson.